Von Gym. This fellow over here, his last name's Richardson. Kind of forget his first name. I use those industrial type sprayers, and something like that there, shape it's in, you can take and go over top of it and treat that thing, and you take and cure that rust out for a good 10 or 12 years, you know. It's never had nothing put on it, you know, like to me. And like I say, just something that I do a lot of grain bins, and these government quantum billings, you know, something like that there. It's not really too big of a job, but it's just shape it's in, you know, do you some good on that.
So you treat galvanized steel, and what do you put on it?
It's an asphalt aluminum roof coating, something that's made, like I say, you don't kill that rust, it's just something to take and retard it and seal it off for a few years down the road.
You got a color?
It's an aluminum. It would make that billing, I've got some pictures out in my pickup of some billings, but it'd make that billing look just like brand new galvanized, you know, new steel.
But it'll have about a 10-year life.
I think I've seen some bins up there, Storm Lake, on the way there, it'll look like one, or it'll look like,
New coating on it?
yeah, like a new that will almost look like somebody.
Well, if you've been out here east of town, you know Mr. Von Gym, he's got that storage place right across from the hardware store.
Oh, yeah.
You know those two little round Watsons he's got there?
Yep.
That's what that billing would look like when I got on it.
Okay, so that way, see, look-see.
Of course, there's nothing in there we care about, so I guess it could fall if we were missing.
Yeah, that's true.
On his float, and
Just as,
Oh, his airplanes? Well, I'll say this here, you know, I do a lot of those types of billings that's got that wavy corrugation metal on it at these co-ops, you know, and that metal like that, they don't make it like that anymore, and those billings like that are put together with those bolts. And like I say, that billing like that, the way it sets, it'll be there till the cows come home. You know, but the only thing about it, where that rust is eating in that roof, that's what takes the weather. You know,
it'll eventually get through.
it won't happen overnight, but along the bottoms of those billings, they kind of start to, you know, eat away at that coating, that zinc on that metal.
The zinc is supposed to be self-repairing, but after a while,
It just wears off and it oxidizes. It starts whitening out, you know. But something like that there, I mean, like I say, it's really no big job the way I'm set up to spray, but it's just the material to cover it up with.
how long does it take you to do it? Like a filling?
If that billing, I just kind of go about the end of it to the back there when I earlier and looked at it. I was figuring it was maybe 80 to 100 foot long, somewhere in that area. The time I got up there and got started, I could have that whole billing coated top and side in maybe 2.5 to 3 hours. Pretty quick. Because that metal, it only takes so much. You know, you can't just sit there and, you know, pile it in there. But what we do on those types of billings, we'll get up there, and every rusty spot that's on that roof, we'll take and spray it. And then we'll get out and do the walls. And then when we do the walls, that gives that time to tack in that rust. And then we get up there and go back over the roof of it. That way there, you kind of get 2 good coats over top of those bad spots that's on the roof.
We've got an extension ladder or a lift?
I just got I got a 32-foot ladder, and then I've got a 24-foot just to get up on it. But it's just like I say, it's not really that far as labor-wise. You know, like I said, you get open pretty quick once you start. It's just material, what you're looking at.
What are you talking about on cost or something like that?
Well, I kind of figured the billing, sir, just to be honest with you, I might be off if it's 8 or 10 feet either way. It really don't make a big difference when it comes to the spraying part. But I kind of figured it maybe between 80 and 100 foot long and about 60 foot wide. To do a billing top and sides like that, you'd be looking at close to around maybe $2,100 to do the billing top and sides. And that's me furnishing everything. As far as my job, like I say, those billings there on the fairgrounds, and there's a round bar over there at Mr. Dowden's house that's been done 10 years. And there's still material on it. It's just starting to wear and show. And I was just talking to Jim up there at the courthouse in town.
So you work for the county?
Yeah, like I say, there's 2 government quantities there in the fairground, like over the trees. those two round buildings. And then he's got two show barns, where they show the animals in. And we done those 10 years ago. Me and Jim was talking about that, and I've done Jim's building at his house at the same time. I've done his fellow Richardson's at the same time. And Mr. Dowling, Bob and Jim's. And I just redone Jim's two little quantities last year. And that'll pretty well cure it out, you know. Like if you done that building, that roof would be the only thing you'd probably see in about maybe 10 years. You'd see a little bit to start to show through, and then just go back over the roof and be done with it.
Now, you're talking about the roof and the sides. How about just the roof? That seems to be taking the worst of it.
Well, the only reason I was mentioning the sides, if you look kind of along that bottom, that's just where, you know, dirt and grass, it's like around these drain bins I do, and they'll start eating along that bottom. But like if you wanted just the roof done, just you know, like I told you, double coat those spots and coat the top, I can do it for you for $11.50. You know, holding hard roofs over top.
So $11.50 or double it pretty much.
Pretty much, because just to be honest with you, it's just as much, if you kind of look at it like I do, just as much metal on the side as it is on the top. You see what I'm getting at? But part of my job, like I said, if I done you guys building, y'all guys look at it when I got done. You don't like the way it looks, you don't owe me a penny. You know, I want what you think. I'm just spraying something on there to make it shine, and then take the money and be gone. You know, I'll make a living with this. Like I said, I just had a little time. I've seen it before, and I said, heck, I'd try to maybe talk to somebody about it, because it could sure use it.
You're working it down now, or?
Just yesterday got caught up out of Storm Lake on some work on some bins, and I was over here trying to catch Mr. Bonner and Jim. I talked to Mr. Dowling in the courthouse, and I was over here trying to catch Mr. Richardson. He wasn't around since late, so he was working out away from here or something. And like I said, just because I wasn't doing nothing, so I stopped to check.
Where are you?
Originally from Arkansas. I fly south in the wintertime. I'm a dove, to be honest with you. But I stay up here pretty much from spring till maybe around last of September. And then I go back to wintertime.
Your guarantee on the work is?
As far as on something like that there, I guarantee it 5 years. From any kind of rust or wear. It'll last longer than that, you know what I mean? But I just guarantee it, because you're always entitled to something bad. You know what I mean? A bad batch of material or something just to cover myself, you know what I mean? But if anything, you know, when I leave it right and rust or wear on that building within 5 years, I touch it up and spray it over free of charge. And I do it myself. I got that guy out there, he kind of just helps me, he's my ground man. He pulls the hose.
He's sitting out there sledding.
Well, he always tells me I could be riding in the pickup with him, and I turn the air conditioner and because he's been on. I guess it's just something to do with colored folks. I don't know.
He must be from the south.
He's from Oklahoma.
Oh, well, that's it right there.
Right, I think this is
But I'd say this here with you guys, that billing you got, like I say, that's, don't get mad at me for saying it, because I've seen it before. That's too nice a building to let it coat of something, just, you know, staying in the way of taking, retarding that rust and curing it out a little bit, and letting that thing just weather out on that top, you know what I mean? Because I do so many of them, and I know how they'll stay and how they'll take a good job when you treat them right, you know. Well, you wouldn't know that building if you done that building, that complete building, you wouldn't know it. As far as looks is one thing, you know, but
Well, it's the sort of thing we can walk by every day and not even see it. You saw the rust, I never really paid attention.
but like I said, you can see it up on top and around the bottom. Like I said, I don't know what the other wall looks on the south side. I don't know what it looks like. But if it's anything like this one over here, same way.